What if I told you that what I'm holding in my hands right now is a piece of forbidden history? These aren't just any coins. These are relics from one of the most secretive regimes on the planet. North Korea is a place that many of us only know from news headlines and documentaries. But what if you could own something from that closed-off country? Something that the world was never really supposed to see. Today, we're going to talk about North Korean silver coins. Why they're so rare, why they're so controversial, and why owning them might just be one of the most unique, if risky, decisions a coin collector can make. You might be wondering, why would anyone risk buying silver coins from North Korea? Coins that could potentially land you in jail if you're not careful. Let's dive into the story of North Korean silver and why these coins are not just rare collectibles, but fascinating symbols of a regime's hidden economy. Let me take you back to how I first stumbled across these coins. I've been collecting silver for years, and like many collectors, I started with the more popular bullion: American eagles, Canadian maple leafs, and Chinese pandas. But as my collection grew, I became more and more interested in finding the rarer, more obscure pieces. That's when I started hearing whispers in the coin community about North Korean silver coins. Now, I live in Shanghai, which is a city where you can find pretty much anything if you know where to look. The Shanghai Gold Exchange Market, located in the Huangpu district, is where I spend a lot of time. It's a bustling place filled with tiny booths where dealers sell everything from gold jewelry to rare coins. Over the years, I've built relationships with some of these sellers, especially the ones who specialize in Chinese silver pandas. These guys have been in the game for decades and sometimes come across rare finds that aren't listed anywhere online. One day, as I was browsing through the market, I noticed a set of coins that looked different. They were silver, sure, but the design was unfamiliar. Upon closer inspection, I realized they were North Korean. This wasn't just any North Korean silver, though. These were colorized Panda coins, issued in 1996 and 1997 by North Korea itself. My heart started racing. I had heard rumors about these coins, but I'd never actually seen one in person. I started asking questions, trying to find out how rare these coins were. It turns out that the 1996 Panda coins I was looking at were from the Beijing International Trade Show, with a total mintage of only 3,000. The 1997 Panda was from the Singapore Trade Show, and its mintage was even more obscure. I couldn't believe my luck. Not only were these coins beautiful, but they were incredibly rare. Let's talk a little more about these coins because they're not your typical bullion. Each one weighs 27 grams or 1 full troy ounce, and they have a unique, hand-painted, colorized design. The designs set them apart from the mass-produced silver coins you might be used to seeing. There's a charm to these imperfections, the toning, the signs of age. These coins have character, and yes, I tested them on my Sigma Metalytics machine to verify their authenticity, and they are pure silver. But that's not all. Along with the 1996 and 1997 Panda coins, I managed to get my hands on 2 1997 North Korean 10-1 coins from the Fauna of Asia series. These coins are also made of 999 silver and weigh a full ounce each. They depict beautiful images of animals native to Asia, and like the pandas, they are colorized. The total mintage of these coins is so small that they rarely show up in the market. They're truly one-of-a-kind pieces, each carrying a face value of 10-1. The history behind these coins is just as fascinating as the coins themselves. These silver coins were minted by Korea Pugang Coins Corp., a subsidiary of Pugang Trading, which has been producing coins in Pyongyang since 1987. However, due to North Korea's limited gold resources, the mintage is incredibly low. Only about 2,000 coins are produced each year. That scarcity is part of what makes these coins so valuable to collectors. But here's the thing. These coins aren't really meant for North Koreans. In fact, the majority of them are sold to international collectors at trade shows in places like Hong Kong, Beijing, and Singapore. North Korea has an internal economy that's almost completely closed off from the rest of the world. So these coins are part of their strategy to bring in foreign currency. It's a fascinating glimpse into how the regime operates. Korea Pugang Coins Corp is part of a much larger organization. It's a subsidiary of Pugang Trading, which is run by Chon Song-hun, the son of a former North Korean ambassador to China. Chon oversees a vast empire that includes everything from motorcycle imports to pharmaceutical production. In fact, Pugang Trading even owns the gold mine that supplied the material for these coins. What's even more interesting is that, despite being blacklisted by the UN Security Council, Pugang Trading is still very much active in North Korea. Some experts have even compared it to South Korea's Samsung in terms of its influence and reach. The company does about $150 million in business each year and has branch offices in places like Beijing and Moscow. It's an underground empire that operates largely in the shadows, and these coins are just one small part of it. Now, you're probably wondering, if these coins are so rare and valuable, why aren't more people collecting them? The answer is simple: it's risky. In fact, it's illegal in some cases. The US government has strict sanctions in place against North Korea, and because these coins carry a currency denomination, they are considered property of the North Korean government. This means that it's illegal for US citizens to buy these coins directly from North Korea. When I first started researching these coins, I quickly realized that I had to be very careful. The sanctions against North Korea are no joke. Executive orders like 13.722 and 13.820 block all property and financial dealings related to the North Korean government. Since issuing currency is considered a governmental function, these coins are essentially blocked assets. Buying them directly from North Korea could land you in serious legal trouble. Luckily, it is still legal to purchase these coins from third-party sellers who aren't affiliated with the regime. That's how I got my hands on these coins. I bought them from a dealer in Shanghai who had acquired them from a private collection. There are still risks involved, but as long as you're not buying directly from North Korea, you should be in the clear. But the legal risks aren't the only thing to consider. There's also a moral question here. Is it ethical to collect coins from a regime that's been accused of human rights violations and other atrocities? On one hand, these coins are a piece of history, a rare artifact from one of the most secretive countries in the world. On the other hand, owning them could be seen as supporting a regime that many people believe should be isolated. It's a tough question, and honestly, I'm still grappling with it myself. As a collector, the thrill of finding something this rare is undeniable. But at the same time, I understand why some people might feel uncomfortable with the idea of owning North Korean coins. Ultimately, I think it comes down to personal choice. If you're interested in the historical significance of these coins, and you're not directly supporting the regime by purchasing them, then I think there's value in preserving them as part of our global numismatic history. Now let's talk about the future. I believe that at some point, North Korea, as we know it, will cease to exist. Whether through reunification with South Korea or some other geopolitical shift, it's likely that the regime won't last forever. And when that happens, the value of these coins could skyrocket. Think about it. When a country no longer exists, its currency becomes a relic, a piece of history that collectors will pay top dollar for. We've seen this happen with coins from countries like the Soviet Union and East Germany. North Korean coins could follow the same path. Right now, these coins are already rare, but if North Korea collapses, they could become even more valuable. So why collect North Korean silver coins? For me, it's not just about the monetary value, it's about owning a piece of history. These coins are a tangible connection to a country that few people will ever visit, let alone understand. They represent a regime that has managed to isolate itself from the rest of the world, and yet, through these coins, we get a small glimpse into that closed-off society. Every time I hold one of these coins in my hands, I'm reminded of how fascinating the world of numismatics can be. It's not just about collecting shiny pieces of metal, it's about the stories behind those coins. And these North Korean silver coins, they have some of the most intriguing stories of all. So whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just starting to explore the world of rare coins, I encourage you to consider adding a piece of North Korean silver to your collection. It's not just about the silver, It's about owning a relic of a regime that most people will never get a glimpse of. Is it moral? Is it risky? That's for you to decide. But for me, it's all part of the thrill of collecting. Until next time, keep stacking silver.